Surajkund is a very famous tourist place in Faridabad, which is an ancient reservoir which was built during the 8th to 10th century by the Tomar Dynasty King. His name was Surajpal. So King Surajpal or Samrat Surajpal. So we don't know much about him, but then there was Samrat or King Anangpal Tomar, who was very legendary king, and he was the maternal grandfather of the Samrat Prithviraj Chauhan. So he was extremely popular and extremely massive in terms of the kingdom which he holded. So the technology of that time was such advanced that they could think of building or constructing this massive reservoir which would basically feed water to the entire uh, region. So very interesting thing to note is the massive scale of this reservoir. So if you will come here, you will see the design of this looks like an amphitheater as well, which is pretty funny. But then uh, the sheer scale of this reservoir is such that you will just fall in love with it, and you can spend hours sitting here under the shade of the trees, and you can just adore the beauty of this reservoir. So although many years ago, there used to be water, but these days, because of the excessive mining, the water has evaporated, just like the water evaporated from the Barkal Lake. But nonetheless, people still enjoy coming here, and eventually the efforts are being put by the government to have this reservoir you know filled with water somehow. So they are figuring out the ways to achieve this. So this reservoir was built during the Tomar dynasty by the Tomar dynasty king, whose name was Surajpal. So King Surajpal had built this, by the order of this of him. This massive reservoir was built, and another legendary king was Anangpal Tomar, who was very popular, and just like the Samrat, he was the Samrat of during that time, and he was the maternal grandfather of Samrat Prithviraj Chauhan. So you must be knowing all of this because it's very fascinating to know about such massive rulers who ruled this entire region and then constructed these massive um, reservoirs and the forts around the area. So like the Qila Rai Pithora, which basically was the first city of Delhi, and it spans from, let's say, Tughlaqabad Fort to to the Saket Mehrauli area, and you will see the walls over there as well, and the entire Qutub complex comes under the Qila Rai Pithora. So basically, during that time, this area, Faridabad, used to also come under that area. So that is the sheer scale of the kingdom of Tomar dynasty during that time. So yeah, you can spend few hours over here exploring the reservoir. There is also some forests around the area, so that is the leopard zone, so be careful about that. But then um, the greenery is there, and then you can see a lot of airplanes who will be basically uh, you know declining in terms of the altitude, because the airport is very close by. It's about 10 to 15 kilometers away from this place. So yeah, you can spot those airplanes as well. And there are lots of artwork which is basically thousands of years old on the stones of the reservoir. So you can have a look at those, and maybe you can spot something unique which people might have missed it. So it's very worthwhile to go here to the Surajkund Reservoir, and also an yearly fair happens at the Surajkund, which is called Surajkund Fair or Surajkund Mela, and it generally happens in the month of February. But this year in 2022, it is happening in March to April. So if you are having some time, you can definitely go and attend that. We have published a video of that as well on this channel. So make sure that you visit here whenever you are in Faridabad or in Delhi NCR region, so that you can take a glimpse of how it used to be during the time of the Tomar and Chauhan dynasty. So yeah, we enjoyed being here, and we hope that you will also enjoy being here. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. You can support this travel and exploration YouTube channel by subscribing to it and sharing it with your friends and family. Thanks so much for watching.